had a dream, bells of society in the shells of their unity. Cornet and spin it, the sound flows to their home, dragged by the power of the dreams. That power is yet unknown. Morning rays, hairspray queens, get on their way to their nest to the west. To be honest, they once had a dream, bells of society in the shells of their unity. Cornet and spin it, the sound flows to their home, dragged by the power of the dreams. That power is yet unknown. Morning rays, hairspray queens, get on their way to their nest to the west. To be honest, they once had a dream, bells of society in the shells of their unity. Cornet and spin it, the sound flows to their home, dragged by the power of the dreams. That power is yet unknown.
Show me your best, crystals, blisters, it's all over now. Psycho pages, looking, I need more, getting it. Cold, breeze, got a high kick, Mr. Twister, voice, green, push your wrist, take it up, stand beside the ceiling for the facts, take a bow to the moon. Facts, take a bow to the moon. Facts, take a bow to the moon.
down about 10.
Stow your fear. It's now or never.
We'll win this. I know we will.
Rolling louder as it calls to unite. From the distance, sings the chorus of love. Rising slowly, stirring heat from the cold. Colors weave into a fire aflame. Distant sparks fall to a pastel name. Red torch against the cold of the night. Light will guide you on your way to the ultimate. Every soul contains a whisper of light, growing louder as it calls to unite. From the distance, sings the chorus of hope, rising slowly, stirring heat from the cold. Colors weave into a fire aflame. Distant sparks fall to a pastel name. Wear its torch against the cold of the night. Light will guide you on your way to the ultimate fight.
Yo, good morning. Okay, I know I still have one more raid to do. However, I want to wait for Alan and Jen so we can all do that raid together. So I'm just gonna continue the MSQ. Separate cutscenes will play in sequence. Okay. Sure. It's time for several cutscenes to play in sequence. Here's all of the stuff that we did. Interesting, so the Tsukuyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Susano via a medium of a sacred relic. Ah, that's right, they believe their gods, or kami, reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalog of such relics, but if we are to contain the threat, we will need to better understand the better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. A fine idea. I know for a fact that our friends in Doma will be grateful for any information which could help prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hien will welcome our resident expert on etherology. Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea? It certainly looks that way. Come sit down and tell us how your investigations went. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhouse gravekeepers. They all told much the same story. Once Lisa and her officers confirmed Xenos dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seems little reason to doubt their testimony on that point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Xenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported to have seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act had been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamegan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm when the offending scroll was removed, per Lisa's instruction, no one thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, 'tis likely the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed imposter, or an Ascian has taken up residence within it. If Asahi was a fervent devotee, as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation, however committed. We must assume that we are dealing with an Ascian and proceed accordingly. Agreed. Question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphino and Garlemald? The presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Meanwhile, on the Imperial Hypersonic Assault Craft LXXV... Master Alphino, we are making good speed towards our destination. Is Audemus? Nay, 'tis just... I can see naught from my cabin. Was curious to know the land over which we flew. Ah, I'm afraid our military craft are built with little thought for such niceties. I'm happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Authard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but malms upon malms of lifeless earth. I've read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, bled dry of every last drop of ether. Aye, it's believed that a succession of icon summoning was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Authard and beheld its blight, he is said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared icons a threat to our state's very star's existence and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Report. We're under attack, sir. Magitech armor. No visible designation. Magitech? But who? All cannons return fire. Damage report. Main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it, they knew exactly where to hit us. All hands brace for impact. Alphino's probably fine. Glad to have you back, Master Alphino. We've landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged. The ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out while we can. Aye, aye. Am I gonna be Alphino? I'm Alphino! Okay. As still as you can. Master Alphino, might I ask you to search for survivors? I will see to the injured helmsman. Ruin 3, Physic, Try Shackle, Starstorm, PK Starstorm. It only takes 3 seconds? It took him forever to cast it before. Oh, this is all my stuff. Okay. I was like, he can enkindle Bahamut? Good. Oh, Carbuncle, can you please? There we go. I don't think I would have made it. Yes, you very likely saved his life. The question of who would try to take it remains, however. Share their misery. The prince wishes none left alive. The prince? Do not come to parley, I fear. Ready your weapons. I don't have enough. I don't have MP. Where's my what? Can I have my MP back, please? Found it, not here. Not like this. Who in the Emperor's name? Enemies of our enemies. Introductions complete. You are calm in a crisis, Master Alphino. Let's finish this then. Oh yeah, I haven't used PK Starstorm yet. Oh, it's a limit break, that's why. Yeah, this guy's a mage. I got the limit break. Or maybe I'm not gonna hold off. Oh, I didn't even get a chance. I should have used the limit break. I was thinking there might have been another wave. yeah, both of them can use magic, so they're not Garleans. My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. Well, well, I did not think to meet an Eorzean in this place, let alone a Scion. You know of me, sir? I have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the present. Know you of your assailants and the severity of your predicament? The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard. And I could venture a guess as to their motive, but you have yet us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking, and as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An Asian mask. The fate of our prey. The face of our prey. We must away before more arrive. Come with us, or stay, but make your choice now. Even should we manage the long trek of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard. Indeed, we accept your gracious offer. Shadow Hunter will suffice for the present. Well, I'm the Shadow Bringer. I will be in about 4 patches. Dang, he's killed a bunch. This is intolerable, but as much as I wish it were otherwise, there's nothing we can do for Alphino now but pray for his success. That's not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlemald from the east, I could make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned of the Empire's western provinces. Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, Alice, but the provinces are hostile territory, and stealth is all important. It's safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. I'll go with him. How exactly would you be any better? I must refuse your company as well, my friend. Formidable though you are, the success of my mission depends on moving unnoticed, and lest you forget you have grown rather famous. I trust you understand. Fine, just promise you'll be careful. Seems that praying is to be the extent of my contribution after all, but I will stay behind, as I have been bid. We all have our talents. Mine just happened to evolve a silver tongue and soft souls. I promise to send word the moment I learn aught of consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I find a suitable East Aldenard vessel to bear me thither, but I shall return if I'm needed. Be sure to drop in whenever you're next in the area. Missing with any luck, I'll have a painfully detailed report from Alphino to share. Ponder. Y'shtola, why can't you use an Aetheryte to get there? you have a bunch of ether too, enough that you use it for seeing. Yeah. I feel like I'm too hung up on why people just don't use etherites all the time. Like, I get that it's supposed to take a lot of ether, but if 90% of the population can't use etherites because they don't have enough ether, why do they bother building them everywhere? Like, how are they such a vital public service that they're in every major settlement, yet no one can use them? If you've come hoping for news, I'm afraid there isn't any. Everything is exactly as it was. Y'shtola is still investigating primals in the Far East, Thancred is still gathering intelligence in the Imperial provinces, and Alphino's still out there somewhere. There's been no word since his first scheduled report, nor does he respond to calls, and all the while, I've just meant to sit here waiting. It's driving me mad. Begging your pardons, I bear a message from the Eorzean Alliance. Thank gods for that, we have a visitor. Welcome to the Rising Stones. If you have a message, I should be most eager to hear it. Milady, the Alliance leadership will soon convene to discuss the matter of Ascian interference, and humbly request the presence of the Sirens of the Seventh Dawn. Yeah. Having assessed intelligence provided by Alamegan Resistance concerning the whereabouts of Xenos' remains, they too suspect Ascian involvement and wish to deliberate a suitable course of action. As the foremost authorities on our foe, your counsel would be most welcome. Of course, we should be glad to assist in whatever way we can. With almost everyone else afield, I'd say this one falls to us, by which I mean I'm not going on my own. You'll come with me, I trust. Of course I will. Bleh. There you have it. We accept the invitation. Thank you. The time and date of the meeting will be shared in due course, but I can confirm the council will take place in Alamigo. By your leave. I somehow doubt we'll have anything useful to offer, but standing mutely at a meeting would still be better than nothing I've been doing of late, so let's make ready to depart, shall we? Thancred, what's going on, man? Alright, just be careful on the road back, you hear? Did I hear that, Riol? Is Thancred coming back? Ah, he says he is. Says he's acquired some important intelligence. Being in Garlean territory, though, couldn't share in particulars in case Imperials were listening in, so he said he'd be back as quick as he could to make sure that someone was waiting for him in the Alamegan Quarter. Understood. Missing and I will go. We're bound for Alamigo anyway, and there's sure to be time before the council begins. Let's be off. Is that... Slash Ponder just says you are deep in thought. It doesn't do anything? Dang. That's annoying. You are a sight for sore eyes. All I need is water for my... That's not fun. I normally would be waking up now. I'll use water from my parched throat. Fetch me a couple of you. Traipsing through Imperial territory is thirsty work.
God, I needed that.
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath. Whatever brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Quite. Without further ado, then. After the successful uprisings in Doma and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit. Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so well. The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance. But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation. We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word. They have worked tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long way.
There is at least a spark of hope, then.
A spark in want of kindling, yes. The Alliance has already begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight.
We said in the raid series
The
we would
support
not
effort
do
has
that.
been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamigan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire. That is all for the provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself, our friends the Populares have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Doma has summoned a primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamor for retribution.
And who do they think orchestrated this summoning?
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Xenos has seen to that. Speaking of whom, the Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes. An Ascian wears his skin. But it was not that which brought me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
But Alphonse should have arrived by now. Could they be holding in there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination. As you know, Scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphino's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphino?
Spoke with, no. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd. Something must have happened to them there. There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
I had a feeling you might say that.
And? I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphino's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies. So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
Oh, is that... I was looking at the map earlier because the... when you're on the Prima Vista, it loads you in. And yeah. That's the burn there, isn't it? Because I was like, what is that? I never saw the big worm. But, okay, that makes sense. Loath though I am to neglect making preparations for the council, we must act swiftly before Alphinaud's trail goes cold. I propose we first pay Hian a visit. He's sure to want to hear about these developments, but and he may well be able to advise us how best to reach the burn. Sound plan. Y'shtola is in Doma, is she not? I dare say she'd join you in the search if you asked her nicely. Well, you see to that, I shall go and report my findings to the Alliance. You may leave any preparations for the council to me. Thank you, Thancred. To Doma, then. We have much and more to share with Y'shtola. I keep... the Doman Enclave. There we go. That's curious indeed. While other matters demand my attention at present, I shall bear what you had told me in mind. Should you notice any change, do not hesitate to seek me out. Thank you, my lady. You're most kind. Well, well, two faces from the dim and distant past. Come now, it hasn't been that long. Who was that you were speaking with? Local miner who supplies crystals to the rebuilding effort. Of late, he claims that they have struggled to find a crystal with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Upon learning that I had some knowledge of ether, he came seeking my counsel. Just now he brought to me one of his recent finds. It was precisely as he described, devoid of elemental energy and eerily reminiscent of the de-aspected crystals which manifested in Eorzea in the days prior to the calamity. It would be wise to investigate this phenomenon more closely. Indeed, but on a more positive note, the locals seem to have taken a liking to you. More an interest in rather than a liking to, I think. The sight of a Makote with a peculiar contraption upon her head is a certain novelty value in these parts, and any actual regard they might have for me I owe wholly to you and the others who came before. Everyone here has been exceedingly cooperative, as I am pleased to report that I have all but concluded my investigation. Simply put, by focusing one's will upon an ether-infused object of worship, it's possible to conduct a summoning. So the fact that the objects of that they are objects of worship is the key. They are themselves suffused with the requisite belief. Correct. Such sacred relics as the Kojin collect obviate the need for religious fervor in the summoner. Yotsuyu being the most obvious example. She had but to associate the artifact given to her by Asahi with the divine, and it served to amplify her desires and give them form. A form nourished through the power of crystals, and also provided by her brother, and thus was Tsukuyomi brought into being. Which brings me to the question of preventative measures, to which I have yet to find a satisfactory answer. At present, I know naught of that will avail us, save to keep watch over the movement of relics and crystals, as if we did not have enough to keep watch over already. But I doubt you came all this way to hear that which may be perused in a report. Has something happened to Alphino? I shall join you in the search, of course. Thank you, Eorzea. I should be glad of your help, truly. Now, if there's nothing else, I shall go ahead to request an audience with Lord Hien. Alice puts on a brave face, but she has little talent for concealment. We should join her at the Cayenne Con. Because his dad was named Cayenne. Lord Hien's expecting you. Alice has explained all to me. Needless to say, you should have our full cooperation in the search, even if Alphino's trail does lead to the burn of all places. Feel the burn. The region known as the Burn occupies a special place in Garlean history. Every child in the Empire is familiar with its tale. In the distant past, it was a verdant land teeming with life, but successive summonings saw it bled dry of ether and reduced to a desert. It was upon beholding the devastation that the Primals had wrought that Emperor Solus was spurred to embark upon his crusade against their kind. The Burn offers a glimpse into the future that we seek to prevent. Know you of any reason why Alphino might have gone there? Aye, mischance. Though it lies on the route to Garlemald, there's no place to make a stop. My guess is that they encountered some manner of trouble there. In any event, I am of the same mind as Alice. We have no choice but to take our search to the Burn, given the considerable distances involved. It's best we went by bird. Miss Singh and I will have our yoles. Yugiri, will you ready falcons for the others? I shall gather our swiftest birds. Near the House of the Fierce, there's an overlook. Pray join us there once you have seen to your preparations. Such a steed to bear me to and fro, I could perform my field work in a fraction of the time. Mayhap I shall try my hand at this Bardam's medal. Having named him an emissary of Doma, Lord Hien considers himself personally responsible for Master Alphino's safety. Naught I could say would sway him from joining the search. Coming for you, Alphino. Everyone's here and possessed of a bird. Let us away. Remember, our destination is a barren wasteland. There's no civilization to speak of for 100 malms in all directions. Take care you do not lose your way. The Burn, now accessible. Alright, so it's a dungeon, not an area. Who are the NPCs? In fact, I'd be going with everyone. I'm just gonna go with the gang.
Make ready, friends! We are come to the Burn!
wait out the storm!
That was quite a sandstorm.
I shall make it quick.
You know, there's something I want to actually check really quick. Because there was like a way. I know there's a way to like reduce particle effects. I'll worry about it later. little whack.
I shall make it quick.
Red flavor. Yeah, is it possible to... Oh, that's actually cute. I didn't realize that you could... That didn't seem like it changed anything. I'll set that still. Movement physics. I'll figure out something. Yeah. I do want to mess around with. life can adapt to such a harsh environment. It does find a way, Y'shtola. And we've now murdered it. Oh. It's a login? Aye, ether is unmistakable. I like this big robot's doofy walk cycle.
I shall make it quick. I shall make it quick.
You shall fall soon enough.
The boar. Well, I did see a worm on the world map.
You need healing.
You shall fall soon enough.
Okay.
I shall make it quick.
You shall fall soon enough. You should fall soon enough. It's all over now.
Oh, I didn't see that at all.
Out of my way!
Let's give them a show.
Well, I'm still alive.
You shall fall soon enough.
Enough! Out of my way!
Much as I would like to examine this place, we should press on. Indeed, perhaps there'll be a time later. Ugh, runny nose. Worms. Lots of worms. Oh, these are the worms from Cutter's Cry. No matter what the odds, life always finds a way.
I shall make it quick.
shall make it quick.
Grab those for me, Ian. Thank you. Oh, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Nope, 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 nope.
I shall make it quick.
Enough!
Come no closer!
Oh, this creature is in this big one. Our sandwords descended from that creature. another one of Alan's idiot slaves, I'd wager, says Ishtola. I'm frozen. Thank you, yeah. Alright, but you think you're a dragon? I'll show you a dragon.
I needed that.
Ah, shit. Oh, I need to friend.
nothing left of you but a smoking
I wanted to use the limit break. I was about to place it, Alice. I wanted to limit break. No, I feel like it's very Alice to be like, actually no. I will do it. And Yugiri was also here. Up there in the distance, the dragon was much missed in floods. Dragons and logins are something. Is you safe, Alpha, now?
Between contending with bloodthirsty beasts and sand in my every conceivable place, I'm quite ready to leave this wasteland. But first things first. Do you see the crashed ship over yonder? Judging by its class, it must be the vessel that bore Master Alphinaud away.
War Machina. It would seem they were involved in a struggle. There may be clues. We should split up and search the area.
There's no sign of Alphinaud, nor of Maxima and his people.
These were no ordinary soldiers. Over here! The insignia on this man's uniform identifies him as one of the Emperor's personal guard. Hand-picked soldiers, answering only to the royal family.
That would explain why all the casualties are Garlean. They were fighting their own.
You're saying the Emperor was behind all this? That Alphinaud is his prisoner?
We don't know that yet. I know because I've seen it.
Aye, we must not jump to conclusions. Besides, Alphinaud is more than capable of looking after himself, is he not?
I suggest we return to Doma to consider our options. Whatever happened here, Master Alphinaud is long gone, and any subsequent search may safely be left in the hands of the shinobi.
Where in the world are you, brother? If you die on me, I will never let you hear the end of it.
that was a decidedly uneventful journey. I almost found myself hoping for a sandstorm. Joking aside, I'd say our birds are due for a good brush down and a treat or two, wouldn't you? I had hopes to steal a moment's rest after our little outing, but it would seem duty calls before an emissary arrived in my absence. Do not let us keep you, then. Actually, I was wondering if you might join me. I cannot think of a guest who could fail to be impressed by the presence of the Scions, at least none that I should be happy to receive. Of course, if you think it'll be useful. Thank you. Let's return to my manor, then. I should be attuning to more Aetherytes here. Oh, it's Lise.
Lise, what brings you here?
Oh, Alliance business. We have a request for Doma. Well, Hien. But that can wait. They told me you were out searching for Alphino. Did you manage to pick up his trail? Well, if he wasn't at the crash site, he might still have escaped. We have to keep searching.
And we will. Alphino embarked on this journey as an emissary of Doma, and I hold myself responsible for his safe return. I will have our shinobi in the provinces search for him as a matter of urgency. Chin up, Alize. You'll get to admonish your brother for his recklessness yet.
Well, someone has to do it.
I'm sure he's going to be fine. There is one thing I'm not sure about, though. You said it was the Emperor's personal guard that attacked Alphino's airship. But the Popularis would never have been able to arrange the prisoner exchange without Varys' blessing. So why would he sabotage his own mission?
They may not have been acting on Varys' orders. The guard answer not only to him, but to his family, the Crown Prince included.
When Yotsuyu summoned Tsukuyomi, Asahi was quick to proclaim that a dormant citizen had violated the terms of our agreement, that the negotiations had failed. And it is this version of events that is now being repeated across Garlemald. To hear the tale, one would think the prisoner exchange never took place. Plainly, someone is manipulating matters from the shadows. Most likely Xenos, or whoever it is that wears his face.
Whichever Ascian you mean. We all know the nature of our adversary.
The servants of Chaos are true to their name. Their meddling has cost Doma a chance at peace. Whoever it was that loosed his personal guard, the Emperor cannot be ignorant of these developments. We must proceed on the assumption that our treaty is indeed in tatters. But come, Lise. You have journeyed far. Let me hear your petition.
Right. So the big news is that Alamigo has agreed to join the Eorzean Alliance. To make it official, and discuss where we all go from here, the leaders of the 5 nations are planning to hold a meeting and we were hoping you might come too. We've already seen what we can achieve when we work together, and the Alliance hopes to work even more closely in future. They think it's our best hope of keeping the Garleans in check, and I agree.
As do I. By coordinating our efforts in the east and west, we may be able to discourage them from committing their forces to a single front. I accept your invitation. I must, however, ask for time to attend to some pressing matters here. In light of recent events, the risk of Imperial reprisals is greater than ever, and I would not leave Dorma unguarded. Ere I depart, I must shore up her defenses.
Understood. I'll let the Alliance know. We'll wait to hear from you before setting a date. The meeting's to be held at the Royal Palace in Alamigo, incidentally. Do you remember the way?
Well enough. Please assure my hosts that I will not keep them waiting any longer than I have to.
Consider it done. And thank you for agreeing to come. If we all put our heads together, we're sure to find the best way forward. For everyone.
My advisors and I will presently convene to discuss the matter of Doma's defenses. You're welcome to stay, of course. Had you not offered, I would have requested leave to remain. Where the Ascians are concerned, naught may be left to chance. As ever, we would benefit from your experience. Thank you for coming, Lise, even if it was on official business. I had hoped that there might be time to show you the land you helped to save, but I'll settle for a fleeting visit if needs must. There never does seem to be enough time for anything, does there? But I did get to see a little of the Enclave. You've made excellent progress, I must say, and soon you'll have the chance to see how we're getting on, too. Till the meeting, then. I was wondering if I might have a word with you before I go, in private. Go on, my friend. I'll send for our Hakuro and the others in the meantime. Wait for you at the docks. Thanks for coming. Knowing you probably guessed what I wanted to talk about. Alice. She's acting as if everything's alright, but it's clear she's barely coping. The Alice I know is overbearing, willful, and reckless, and that's fine. It's how she deals with feeling weak. She has to keep moving, or she's afraid she'll fall apart. A lot like me. The thing about people like us is we need someone to keep an eye on us. I have Papa Limo, and now I have my friends in the Resistance, and Alice adds you and the Scions. Before you start, I'm not saying you're neglecting her. I'm sure you aren't, and I'm sure you won't, but she's a good friend, and when I see her like this, I can't help but worrying, so please, make sure you've given her all the support she needs, alright? Leave it to me. Thank you. It goes without saying, but if there's anything I can do, you need only ask. We best be off. See you in Alamigo. This way. There you are, my friend. Everyone has assembled, so let us begin.
If we are to ready ourselves for invasion, we shall need manpower, provisions, and time, all of which are in notably short supply.
Candid as ever, you giddy. And correct, I concede. Fortunately, I have an idea. "'Tis plain no single nation can stand against the might of the Empire. And it was only with the aid of others that Dorma succeeded in winning her freedom. So, I mean to take a leaf out of our Eorzean friends' book and form an alliance of our own. In addition to those with whom we already share an understanding, I would reach out to Hingashi and Suinosato, and further afield to the myriad peoples of Nangsha and Dalmasca. I am under no illusion. Not all will answer the call. Yet disparate though we may be, we are united in our desire for freedom. If our neighbors could be made to see what is at stake, Asian machinations and all, cooperation need not be so far-fetched a notion.
It may even seem practical. Under the guidance of our former leader, Master Louis Soir, we once strove to unite the fractious city-states of Eorzea. I dare say that experience shall be of use in your endeavor.
We should be glad of your wisdom.
For the record, I would have been in favor of this plan even if it hadn't been my grandfather's, but I have to ask, how will we secure the time to carry it out? Not that anyone has forgotten, but the Garleans have airships. Lots and lots of airships. Should they catch wind of our plan, they could send an armada to overwhelm us before our alliance had even begun to take shape.
Not if we deny them access to the skies. During our time in the Burn, the Warrior of Light and I chanced upon some Allagan ruins.
Oh?
You were there, Alice.
As such ruins go, they were not particularly unusual. But something about the surrounding land struck me as odd. Faint though it was, its ethereal residue was uncannily similar to that of Aziz La. Identical, in fact. For locations so far removed to share a single etheric signature is all but impossible. I conclude, therefore, that the Allagans created the floating continent with land taken from the Burn.
While that is a most intriguing theory, I fail to see what relevance it has to Dorma's defense.
Aziz La was enclosed in a powerful energy barrier, impenetrable even to an Agrius-class battleship. It occurred to me that those ruins may have enjoyed similar protection. I have no proof, but the Warrior of Light did report seeing a structure resembling other known Allagan field generators.
You were there with me, Y'shtola. We did the dungeon together.
All right. But even if we could put up such an energy barrier, it surely wouldn't extend beyond the limits of the Burn. So what's to stop the Garleans flying around it?
Fuel. The Dalmascan capital, Rabanasta, was a key Imperial refueling point in the east. By laying waste to it as a lesson to the rest, the Empire greatly hindered its own operations in the region. If an Imperial fleet were to advance upon Dorma, it would now have little choice but to travel, as the crow flies, over the Burn.
I see.
A word of caution. Even assuming the generator still functions, raising a barrier of such a scale will require a prodigious amount of energy. And few places are so bereft of suitable crystals as the Burn.
source of energy. Tell me, did the Allagans make a habit of launching things into the sky?
A curious question. Besides Aziz's Law, I know of only one other notable instance. The Red Moon Dalamud, whose fall triggered the calamity.
Just the 2 occasions, you say? Then I believe I may have a solution to our energy problem.
You do?
I may. To find out for sure, we would need to visit the Azim Steppe. Which would, I now see, present the perfect opportunity to discuss an alliance with the Zayla tribes. How very neat. What say you then? Shall we see whither this road leads?
It's settled then. I'll journey to the Azim Steppe with the Saiyans. Yugiri and Hakuro, I leave the other neighbors to you. My apologies, but I won't be joining you. I'm no ethereologist, and what skills I do possess are unlikely to be of any great use to the mission. But more importantly, it seems to me that the ruins and the burn warrant attention. And so while you're away securing an energy source, I will engage our friends at Garland Ironworks to undertake a complete overhaul of the field generators. We'll need them in good working order if our plans succeed. I trust there are no objections? Have care in the burn. Have care on the steppe. From what I hear, the Zayla like fighting with friends almost as much as foes. Good luck. Just the 3 of us then. Very well. Shall we make first for a reunion? This is the Azim Steppe. Tales do not do it justice. If you think the view here is impressive, wait until we reach higher ground. Actually, seeing as it's not your first visit, permit me to show you my favorite spot. You stole us blind, though.
I will never tire of this vista. The endless fields, the boundless skies. 'Tis a sight to make a man forget his cares.
But not his purpose, I trust. Might this be a fitting moment to tell us what we are doing here?
Of course. During my time with the Mole, I learned some few myths of this land. One goes thus. In the distant past, when all seemed doomed, a wayfaring soul came unto the steppe. Venturing into the northern crag, he received of Nama a sliver of her essence, a shard of the shining moon, and with it clove the tainted land from the earth. The end thus averted, to these fields did the wayfaring soul return, and venturing once more into the northern crag, he buried the shard, and made unto the heavens an offering of blood.
A tainted land cloven from the earth and an offering of blood to the heavens. Azizla and Dalamud.
That was my thinking, yes.
And you believe that yonder mountains hide an artifact possessed of sufficient power to raise Azizlar up to the heavens? I suppose that might suffice.
Worth a closer look, would you say?
I would.
So she sees via Aether. She sort of has, the way they describe it makes me think of it like, not Deadpool, Daredevil sense, where, like, she just uses her other senses so well that she functionally is seeing. But, like, I'm curious what the, like... From here we shall travel to Molulo. There we may ask Serena about the particulars of the myth, and raise the matter of an alliance with the rulers of the steppe. I forgot, there's no... Yeah, there's no Aetherite over there. They should go more into how exactly she sees. Yeah, and missing. I'm glad of your visit and the opportunity to welcome a new friend. How may we serve you? There's a matter I would discuss with the mole. It concerns not only the people of the steppe, but of every land in the Far East. A shard of the shining moon left behind by a wayfaring soul, and you need this to protect our lands. I do. My friends and I wish to find the shard and ascertain the extent of its power. Will you tell me more of the place where it lies buried? This northern crag? If that's your wish. In the mountains of the north, there's a cavern called the House of the Crooked Coin. Inside this cavern are pillars of stone that legend holds to be the source of Nama's power. There, I believe, you will find what you seek. Yes, I know the place. 'Tis a brisk walk from here. And what are your thoughts on an alliance? Should the Empire return, our lands will be engulfed in a storm of conflict, whether we will it or no. If we do not stand together, we will fall apart. This I believe with all my heart. However... Among the tribes in the steppe, there are those who revere Nama above all else. To them, the pillars are sacred and not to be disturbed. Should you proceed as you propose, such tribes are likely to spurn an alliance, prompting others to follow their example. This is my concern. But by no means certain by the by no means certain the pillars will provide you the power you seek. Ere you risk the ire upon followers of Nama, might you not first visit the House of the Crooked Coin? If all is as you hope, then we may consider how best to earn their blessing. I thank you for your counsel. We'll do as you suggest. I have no desire to give offense to those with whom I would join hands. Thank you for understanding. Though the mole may reign over the steppe today, this decision will shape days to come, and we would not force others into a war against their will. Nor we. 100-fold stronger are they who choose to fight of their own accord. Seems time has come to put my skills to use. Pray lead the way to the House of the Crooked Coin.
Such an abundance of ether.
Are we in luck?
We are. This is an Allegan artifact, most likely built to regulate the flow of ether. I strongly suspect the ancients used it to stem the flow from here to the burn. That would explain how they were able to untether what became Azys La from its surroundings. But were we to throw open the floodgates, the resultant deluge would surely be sufficient to raise our wall. And in restoring the flow, we may also restore life to the wasteland.
What is it?
While the device itself harbors a surfeit of ether, the opposite is true of the surrounding area. An effect of regulation, perhaps. A similar phenomenon seemed to be occurring in Doma. Whatever the explanation, the answer will not reveal itself here. We have seen what we needed to see. Let us return to Mol Ilo.
You found out what you seek, then? Great, indeed, is the Dusk Mother's power. If not less will suffice to protect our lands, the blessing of other tribes must now be sought. Of course, but to which tribe should we appeal? There are many who worship Nama, but none are so fervent in their faith as the Dothal. Their consent shall be the key. The Dothal, least spoke of them, a warlike tribe possessed of unique customs and beliefs. I sense their cooperation will not be easily won. Nay, but it'll be well worth the effort. The Dothal fear nothing, death least of all, and their alliance will greatly strengthen by their presence. Let us go to Dothal Ka and treat with the Khatun Sadu. Oh, I'm not attuned to that aetherite. I'm surprised that none of the quests brought me over there. Great faith gives rise to great strength, for better or for worse. Whatever it is Dothar holds sacred, we would do well to afford it all respect. Oh. You should who I should be talking to. You again. Other matters demand our time, Coggin. Unless it's battle you seek. Alas, not. Quite the opposite, in fact. Talking. Always talking. You say the pillars hold great power. Of course they do. They're the source of Nama's strength. To the Dothal, no place is more sacred, and we will make ash of any who would defile it. Though I see that is not your wish. You see the wisdom in our proposition, then? You will join hands with us? I said nothing of joining hands. You wish to wield Nama's power to defend these lands, and this I will allow. Before leaving the steppe to fight men in iron, I would have something in return. Namely, battle with you, Coggin. The Nodam ended ere it began. I would face you again, alone, without distractions. Defeat me, prove yourself the stronger, and you shall have the Dothal as your allies. Surely these are agreeable terms. Well, this is not a wholly unexpected turn of events, though I had assumed I would be the one required to fight. Alas, the Khatun has made her choice. Shall we dance? It shall be a battle the steppe shall not soon forget. Already my soul burns brighter. Prepare yourself, Coggin, and await me outside the Ka. I will gather my witnesses and join you anon. I use the two guys fighting in the background over there.
Yes! This spot shall serve as well as any. I shall enjoy this Han.
Han.
Is this truly necessary?
That's how you pronounce it, I forgot.
Have you no peaceable way of making decisions?
Speak not of peace. You stand before proud warriors of the Dothal. In the heat of battle do our souls burn brightest. We lay low the strong that we may rise higher. That is our way. The way of might. There is no other.
Oh, they do not want for conviction.
Indeed. It's what makes them such dangerous enemies, and such useful allies.
Enough talk! It is time to fight!
Okay, no, I thought it was going to kill this thing, but no, we're good. She's got a phase 2! Oh dear. I want to kill the dolls. Okay. I can. Okay. Do they not have health anymore? Oh god. No. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh, this is the...
In death do our souls sing! In death do our souls sing!
Dead, great. Okay. God. There's so much.
In death do our souls sing!
Oh god, oh god, oh god. Ah, shit. I'm trying to get to the safe spot. Yeah, it is interesting that, like, yeah, the leader is a mage. Oh, I gotta resummon friend. Alright, well, here we go. Phase 1 done.
In death do our souls sing! In death do our souls sing!
Here. Very easy mode is nice. There's a part of me that feels like maybe I shouldn't be playing on very easy mode. Maybe I should try and beat, like, the actual challenge, but... I also just want to continue the story.
In death you are so sing!
There we go.
Yes! Yes! Not since the Nardum has my soul burned so! Come! We have only just begun!
Enough! You were not granted leave to set the steppe ablaze.
Well, well, the sun has come out to play.
Be gone, Moonstruck Oranir! I am busy!
Kiss,
Fool of
kiss,
a Dothar.
kiss!
Have you forgotten the face of your master already? The sun will never set! From his seat on high, he reigns over all, now and forever.
He's an incel, Y'shtola, don't worry about it.
Yet what should he find here but a battle to determine the fate of the steppe? A battle waged without his blessing. This will not stand. You, Doman! You who come to petition the warriors of this land, forget that all Nama's children are wards of the Oranir. As first among my brothers, your petition is mine alone to judge.
Ugh, these words are as wind from a horse's backside. Plentiful, but your axe sings more sweetly. Let her speak for you.
Insolent child. You will learn your place!
They are so horny for each other.
Forgive me, Brother Magni, but we have an arrangement with the Dothal. We will not abide any interruptions.
So be it. The sun will pass judgment on all. Didakul, join me.
The sun is in good company. We may dance alone.
Beg not for mercy, for you will have none. Bear witness to the power and the glory of Azim!
Constantly at each other's throats like rabid dogs. Gods, I'm turning into her. I have not the patience for this. But if we must fight, let us at least be brief. Come.
am I gonna be playing as Hien or Y'shtola now? I'm Y'shtola! Okay! Cool. Yeah, Hien, do your thing. Hien, can you please... Do you not have tank stance on? Why is he attacking me? Is there a safe spot? I don't think there is. I don't think you just be near him. Yep. Hiensman's got it. Working on it. Daijobu desu. Am I fighting in the background? There's no me in the background.
Bow down before me! Mark well and learn! Down before me! Tremble before the sun!
Oh, I'm supposed to destroy the... Every step you take, every move you make, the sun sees all. You could say the sun will be watching you. Active time maneuver! I did it!
Aoife, to me! Have at you! Never have I felt such bliss in defeat. 'Twas a battle to burn soul and flesh to ash. We Dothal will lend you our strength as promised. Nama's power is yours to wield.
She is so horny for battle.
What does the sun say to that?
The sun is not driven by base motives such as yours. But they have been judged and found worthy. It is the way of the Oranir to accord recognition and respect to the strong. You have made sufficient proof of your strength. The sun shall answer your call.
You have our thanks. We are glad to call you allies.
You? By what are you called?
Y'shtola, why?
Are you gonna be like?
Are you?
No. Magni has.
Are you my Nama?
Magni has such big incel energy.
I beg your pardon?
He just like asks
In battle,
every.
you shone with all the majesty of the full moon's light. Your healing touch, the embodiment of the Dusk Mother's love.
Every woman he encounters, he asks if they're his soulmate.
Long had I wondered if my Nama might not be a woman of the steppe. Beholding you, I am all but certain. Now, look into my eyes. Could it be? Could you be?
She can't look into your eyes, she's blind.
I am. Not interested, little son. Try again when you've become a man.
Little?
Just immediately shuts him down.
Little son! Little son! Does it pain you, little son? Crave you salve to soothe the ache? Fire to sear the wound in your heart?
We have wasted enough time here. Siren awaits for word of our success.
I'm just gonna leave and they're just gonna beat the shit out of each other while we're gone. I like how they even have the little sound effect of the duty starting. Yeah, not only contend with Sadu, but Magni too? Such a fierce battle that must have been. And here you stand triumphant. Having passed such a test, they could not well deny you their allegiance. The mole will make no such demands. Weak though we are, we will gladly stand with you. The steppe is our home, and we will defend it to our very with all our very being. Yet my heartfelt thanks. Of all the tribes in the steppe, there is none I would rather have at my side. God's willing, many more will rally to our cause. I shall send you word when you have answers from all the tribes. I cannot thank you enough, Sirena. None of this would have been possible without you. We have the requisite consent. Now it's time to put Nama's power to use. If the ether flows as planned, all that remains is to have the Ironworks engineers do the work at the ruins. Come, let us return to the House of the Crooked Coin. No, you come back here. There we go. Right, yeah, this way. I should begin at once. You may wish to step back.
Did it work?
It did. Ether may flow freely to the burn once more.
I don't pretend to understand what you did, Y'shtola, but you did it! Thanks to you and Missing, of course. We have taken a momentous step towards securing our defenses. Now, as much as I believe Riss is in order, we should probably make haste back to the Enclave. Agreed. The others may have already returned from their missions, and I would know how things stand. As would I. Without further ado, then. Oh. Again, why do I... Why is there no Dolmen Enclave? Yangsha... I don't need to worry about the map. Judging by your triumphant expressions, I take all well on the Azim step? Indeed, we have something. I meant to click the yes, but Tataru and I have commissioned Garland Ironworks to ensure that the field generators function as they should. A team of engineers stand ready to set out for the burn at a moment's notice. You need only say the word. Thank you for engaging their services on our behalf. The minutia of the arrangement you may leave to me. Which just leaves a small matter of our alliance. So, Yugiri and Hakuro, how fared you with our neighbors? My lord, all factions we approached are in agreement that the Empire poses a threat, and many responded positively to talk of an alliance. From Higashida and Suinosato, however, received outright rejections. The former will not break its treaty with the Empire, and the latter will not involve itself in conflict. Just to be expected, then. Well, there's naught to be done about it. We must focus on the rest. To each of the nations that were amenable to an alliance, I will personally send a missive. And once I have attended to that, I believe we will have done everything we can to fortify Doma's defenses. For the time being, at least. All of which means I may leave for the meeting with in Alamigo with a lighter heart. Yugiri, Hakuro, if you would be so kind as to go forth in my hold the fort in my absence. My friends, we could not have achieved so much in so little time without your help. For that I give my heartfelt thanks. Till the meeting, then. I took the liberty of asking Thancred to attend as well. He should have arrived in the Alamigan quarter by now. And let us not keep him waiting, shall we? My spell points are still called MP. Yshola's told me all, and I duly told Eorzea and Kryle. Kryle in particular was concerned about Alphino, but I assured her that everything that can be done is being done. She agreed to continue with her own tasks for the time being, on the condition that I contact her the moment there's any development. So that leaves the four of us to attend the council. Arnfald's here to assist with security, incidentally, though the poor lad seems altogether distracted for the task. Another one missing Alphino, I suspect. But it's almost time. As soon as you're ready, present yourself to the guardsmen at the palace entrance. I shan't be far behind. Signs of the Seventh Dawn. Welcome to Alamigo. The Alliance leaders have already arrived. Show you the meeting chamber? Several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety.
Mistress Lys, Commander Aldin, it gives me great pleasure to formally welcome the city-state of Alamigo to the Eorzean Alliance.
The pleasure is ours, Your Grace. I know I speak for all Alamegans when I say that we are glad of this chance to stand with our comrades of the Alliance.
And we, for our part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Lord Hien of Doma, at your service. Pray, accept my heartfelt thanks for your generous invitation.
Nay, 'tis we who must thank you for journeying so far. And 'twould be remiss of me not to acknowledge the part the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have played in bringing all of us together. In times of great unrest, you and yours have been our constant companions, without whom we would not be here.
With apologies to Lord Hien and Mistress Alisaie, it occurs to me that we have not gathered in this way since that fateful day in Uldar.
The day I lost my arm and my freedom. As I lay in my cell, never did I dream that I would one day be given the chance to represent my homeland at this council. I would not even be alive had you not plucked me from the jaws of death. You, Yugiri, and Alphino. Would that the lad could be with us.
I too owe my presence here to Alphino, in so many ways. Until such time as he returns, I mean to carry on his good work as best I can.
Come, friends. Let us leave the past in the past and turn our eyes to the future. My Lord Hien, pray, tell us how things stand in the East.
Having heard the rumors of dissent in Garlemald, I dared to dream of a peaceable solution.
The Empire will not so easily change its ways. If the Garleans have a mind to take back Doma and Alamigo, we'll be hard-pressed to stop them, even with the might of 6 nations. But while we lack the strength to fight the tide, a course may yet present itself, if we read the winds aright.
The winds suggest but one course to me. One which leads from the sea unto the river and thence to the source of all our woes.
The Ascians.
Indeed. All here have felt their blighted touch. It was the bringers of chaos who nurtured the Archbishop's tyrannical ambitions. They who bestowed upon him the secrets of summoning, as they have so many others before and since. And while they remain, we shall know no peace.
Our objective is clear. The question is how to achieve it. That our enemy parades about in Xenos' skin poses problems in itself, but ere we get to them, how are we to infiltrate the Empire and get close enough to strike?
While I see the wisdom in targeting the Ascians, an assassination attempt on Garlean soil would do little to aid our cause, even were it to succeed. It's time we used our enemy's preferred tactic: subterfuge.
You have an idea? Speak your mind, Master Thancred. None here know the enemy better than the Scions, and you mayhap best of all. Whatever it is you propose, we will give it fair hearing. On that you have my word.
Very well, Admiral. My proposal is thus. We dispatch the shinobi to Imperial territory. There, they sow the rumor that the Crown Prince perished in the battle for Alamigo, and that the man parading around is in fact a corpse inhabited by a servant of darkness.
Well, it does have the ring of truth about it. And were the Garleans to learn that their future ruler is a puppet, the Empire would be shaken to the core.
But at the risk of sounding stupid, would they actually believe such an unlikely story? I didn't.
Ordinarily not. But prior to his miraculous recovery, rumors of Xenos' death had already begun to circulate around the Empire. Ultimately, however, what the masses believe is not our chief concern. Our true objective is to create an opening for rival factions within Garlemald to exploit.
Just as a war of succession erupted in the wake of Emperor Solus's death.
A war which raged until but recently, plunging the Imperial House into disarray as nephew and uncle grappled for the throne. It is no coincidence that one of Varus's first acts as Emperor was to name Xenos heir apparent, family feuds being so tiresome when armies are involved. Not all welcomed his choice of successor, however. There is no shortage of individuals who aspire to the throne, who would jump at any chance to seize power. The news that Xenos is not only dead, but a puppet to diabolical forces would be too enticing to ignore.
the Empire would not be quick to recover from a second war of succession.
I am no stranger to infiltrating Imperial territory. With a team of operatives gathered from among the Alliance's finest, the plan should have a reasonable chance of success.
Doma already has shinobi in place throughout the provinces. We stand ready to act, and act we must. What say you all?
I'm for Master Thancred's proposal. We shine a light upon the Ascian and test the Empire's unity. 'Twas his plot that scuttled Doma's negotiations, was it not? Why then, if we can eliminate him, there may yet be a chance for peace. Let us wage this war of subterfuge, that we may one day lay down our arms. Gods know we never will while the Ascians remain.
That way. Sorrow.
Having spooky visions.
History must be changed.
Who is this?
Ahead looms a calamity. Ahead looms light, expunging all form and life. Twin dooms only you can forestall. Only you.
What's the matter?
There's a voice.
Everyone's hearing it.
Spies in our midst?
Nay, I sense no such presence.
Let expanse contract. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Did Lise not see anything? She's also a scion.
Is it over?
Master Thancred!
12 for Fend. Bear him to a private chamber. Have every healer make ready. Swiftly!
Master Thancred remains in slumber. Though his vital signs appear stable, he's unresponsive.
What could have done this? And why just him and not the others?
I'm afraid we could not identify the cause, milady. Our examinations revealed no wounds, nor the presence of any poisonous substances.
Gods, that only makes it worse. You're to let us know the moment there's any change, all right?
Thank you for coming. Knowing Thancred, he would apologize for being otherwise engaged at so crucial a juncture.
In gifting us a course of action, Thancred sowed the seed of all that is to follow. We have but to nurture it as best we can. To him, I would say, rest easy, that he may wake to enjoy the fruits of our labors. Now, the matter of the mysterious voice must not be forgotten. Will you tell me exactly what happened?
Eorzea and I heard a voice in the moments before Thancred collapsed. It was accompanied by a severe headache, as if something were clutching at our minds. Did you experience the same thing?
So, in between the voice and the pain, you felt as if you were somewhere else entirely.
Your
curious why Lys
testimony
didn't hear anything
confirms
then.
my suspicion. That which you experienced was, I believe, your soul being plucked from your flesh. Called.
Called?
I myself examined Thancred. Reach out as I may, I could not sense in him the spark of life that is his soul. That Thancred alone was stricken so is likely due to his heightened sensitivity to the effects of ether, a consequence of his prior possession by the Ascian Eorzea. The owner of the voice, whoever it may be, reached out to you, called your souls, and in so doing, caused you and yours such pain.
But if that's true, where exactly are we being called to?
I know not. Yet one thing is plain. Whoever waits for you on the other side is possessed of a power unlike any I have ever known.
Forgive us, Lys, but may we leave Thancred in your care for a time?
As if you had to ask. I may not be a scion anymore, but I'm no less a friend.
What?
Don't worry. I'll see to it that Thancred's well looked after. Just focus on solving this mystery, all right?
So they just wanted to, like, active duty scions? Like
Thank you,
Lys's...
As the Elder Seedseer says, 'tis no ordinary individual we are dealing with. Nor can we discount the possibility of Ascian involvement.
Whoever or whatever is behind this, the sooner we find out, the better.
Tried to call Eorzea on his link portal. He didn't respond. I dare to hope that he possessed some knowledge, but I dare to hope that he possesses some knowledge we do not. Eorzea, something happened during the meeting. Thancred's collapsed. A disembodied voice suddenly started... What? But that's... We should talk about this in person. Alright, we'll meet you there. It was Eorzea. He heard the voice too. In Vanalam? As we alone were afflicted at the meeting, I had my suspicions, but if the voice also spoke to Eorzea, there can be little doubt the scions were targeted specifically. By whom and to what end is the question, one which we must find an answer with all possible haste. Well, I don't know what you think it is, and I don't want to know what you think it is. Don't worry about Thancred. See how Eorzea's experience compares to our own. Where have I encountered such a phenomenon? If this is magic, it's beyond our ken. Eorzea agreed to meet us at the Rising Stones. If any of the others heard the voice, we'll find out soon enough. Good luck. I should get back to that meeting with the Elder Seedseer, but if there's anything I can do, anything at all, you must let me know, alright? Promise me.
Eorzea! Gods, it's good to see you.
Would that our meeting were under happier circumstances.
I judged the voice sufficient cause for concern even before you sent word of its effect on our comrade.
You heard it too, then?
Aye. And all but certainly at the selfsame instant. Alas, pained as I was, I could make little sense of what few words did then reach mine ears.
Who do you think is responsible? Could this be the Ascians doing?
That I cannot say. Not when so little is known. Ere I indulge in speculation, I would examine Thancred with mine own eyes.
Why didn't you meet us at Alamigo?
To Alamigo, then, without further delay.
You could have just came there. We walked all the way
One other
here, or
thing.
teleported, I don't know.
During my visit to the Far East, I observed a strange phenomenon.
Thou referrest, I presume, to the localized reduction in etheric density.
Well, that spares me the trouble of an explanation. Yes, I noted precisely that at two apparently unconnected locations. I take it the phenomenon is not limited to the Far East.
Indeed not. Of late, our agents charged with surveilling the beast tribes have spoken of little else. In every corner of the realm, they tell of places in which the ether hath grown thin. Naturally, my suspicions first turned to primal activity, but the areas thus affected betray no evidence of summoning. I must confess to being quite perplexed.
If the same phenomenon is being observed in multiple locations on opposite sides of the world, we may safely discount regional factors. Needless to say, this warrants further investigation.
Indeed, I shall make it my task to. The voice. It calleth to me once more.
I hear it too.
Only you. Only you.
No! Ishtola! Eorzea!
Throw wide the gates.
No! No, this can't be happening! Y'shtola! Eorzea! Open your eyes! Open your eyes, I beg you! Say something! Anything! Not again. Please, not again.
Forgive me, that was an unseemly display. It happened before your very eyes, my lady. None here would have behaved any differently. We have borne the two of them to a private chamber, but tell me, is it true that Master Thancred languishes in a like state in Alamigo? I'm afraid so, though given the circumstances it would seem best to observe them together. I will send word to Lys that he should be brought here. Take heart, my lady. The world is full of scholars and knowledgeable folk of every persuasion. Someone out there is bound to know what ails our comrades, and how it may be cured. Thus we will rouse them, no matter what. That we will, Hori, that we will. But first things first, our comrades have questions. Might I ask that you explain the situations to them? I must attend to a private matter. I promised to visit someone in Limsa. He's been waiting at the Maelstrom Command for a while now. You know, you should come along too. I think he'd be glad to see you. So they took the two people who probably are best understand what the fuck is going on from us. Probably guessed, it's Gabu we've come to see. The private hero will be willing to bring him out to us. Ever since Maelstrom took him in, I had tried to visit as often as I can, and after what befell our friends, I was taken by the urge to visit again. It's difficult to explain.
Here he is, my lady.
Gabu, it's been too long.
I'm afraid there's been no change. If he can see or hear us, he has given no sign.
I see. You're still fighting. I'm proud of you. We promised that we would come and visit you together, didn't we? Alphino and I. I'm sorry that we haven't managed that yet. You know, with the three of us like this, does it not remind you of that night? Of the stars beyond count twinkling in the heavens? I was feeling pretty low back then. Powerless. But I knew that my brother was close by if I needed him, and that the others would be waiting for me back at the Rising Stones. Not like now. I've seen my share of trouble since coming to Eorzea. Been reminded again and again of my limitations. Of how little I can change about this world. And I've come to know the sorrow of parting all too well. But to have the people I hold dear struck down before my eyes, and be powerless to help them, that I cannot bear.
You don't have to bear this burden alone.
No, I don't. You're right. It's pure arrogance to imagine I can solve everything by myself. You'd think I'd have learned that by now. Thank you. I don't know what I'd do without you. Well, that's more than enough brooding for one day. Come on. We have friends to save.
Bear it alone until all the rest of your friends get soul snatched. Then you will be bearing it alone. I mean, I think that her soul would be snatched before ours would, because we're the warrior of light and she's not. You know? I feel like it's more likely that she'd lose... she'd be gone before me. Don't know if that's particularly, like, uplifting for her to think about, but, you know. Also, give me a second. I'm noticing I'm dissolving a little bit. There. Alright. Pray return to the Rising Stones. I'm curious if that guy was here doing the same quest. Yeah, he wants me to throw open the gates. He said there's a calamity coming, and that light's gonna flood the world and whatnot. Ergo, someone needs to bring some shadows. I did some thinking on the way back, and I think Hori's right. We need to seek outside help. Ordinarily, we would turn to our own experts on such matters, but they're both among the stricken. I'll begin by reaching out to myriad guilds and research institutions here in Eorzea. Additionally, my grandfather and Nymphilia had a wealth of connections between them, and I mean to explore those avenues too. We'll find a way to save everyone, mark my words. Much more has happened in the recent days, some of it for the good, some not so, but all around me, people continue to fight. From the shinobi who search for Alphino to the Alliance members who make ready to move against the Empire. They march on the face of great adversity, bearing heavy burdens. Everyone is playing their part, and some must die. You have your own part to play, I know, and it's bigger than most, so I won't keep you. Just promise that you'll visit from time to time, and I promise to have good tidings to share with you when you do. Why don't we go talk to... We should go talk to What's-Her-Face. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace...
The Populares no longer present an obstacle. Now is the time to bring the Empire's might to bear. A word from your Radiance is all it takes. But one word, and the Imperial army will fall upon Alamigo as a pack of bloodthirsty wolves and tear that feeble nation apart. Have you no words for me? Despite the lengths I go to, an emissary playing the part of a fool. When first I took this face, I swore to use all of my knowledge, all of my power, to further the cause of the Empire. My deeds stand testament to my commitment. And with this adamant flesh at my disposal, I could destroy the Icon Slayer as easily as one might swat a fly. Why do you hesitate? Our enemy is resourceful. Though victory is certain now, it will not remain so indefinitely. Deliberate if you must, but be quick about it. We'll speak again when you have unburdened yourself of doubt. Until then, I take my leave. Father.
I should be the one to sigh. I played my part to perfection. I had earned my rest, and then, thanks to Eorzea's crowning act of idiocy, our favorite emissary sees fit to summon me back. Elidibus was ever a warrior. A most tiresome trait, would you not agree?
What? Have you no words for me either?
No matter. I've long grown weary of this mummery. Now, my dearest grandson, let me remind you of your place in the simplest of terms. You do not make judgments, you administer them. Swiftly and to the letter. Naught else is your concern. Elidibus may be an insufferable bore, but he is no fool. His choices as emissary seldom err. If aught threatens the balance twixt light and dark, it falls to you to remove it. Be it by your own hands or by your armies, you have ample means at your disposal. That is why this empire exists, why I built it.
Oh dear. Have I touched a nerve?
You always were an easy one to read. I pity you, I do. As they say, ignorance is bliss. And I know how much happier you would be not knowing the things you know. The Founding Father was an Ascian, and he created the Empire solely for the purpose of sowing the seeds of chaos. Don't take it personally. I merely do my duty. To bring about a calamity requires no small amount of power, and there is no surer way to obtain such power than by collecting powerful pawns. To that end, I have labored long and hard, and I must say I am quite pleased with my handiwork, paltry though it seems in comparison to Alag.
Dun dun dun, yeah.
You fiends are overfond of your own voices. Mark me, Ascian. Man is the master of his own destiny.
Such a waste of time and energy. Both yours and mine. Lest you forget, you are Emperor now. If you wish to spout drivel about man's destiny, save it for the masses. It will serve to give them a sense of purpose, and you, pliant pieces for the game. Oh, do stop sulking, boy. You, of all people, should understand. Ours is a struggle to restore both mankind and the world to their rightful state. Viewed thus, our goals are one and the same.
Meanwhile, at the Resistance encampment somewhere in the Empire. At a Resistance encampment somewhere in the Empire. What in the world? Oh. That ain't great. Dead. All dead, yet I see no wounds, nor any evidence of battle. Poisoned? Damn them. They finally used it. The Empire developed an alchemical weapon in Girabanya, a gas. Black Rose, it was called. To breathe it is to breathe your last. And that did this? I thought the project abandoned, and its vile fruit destroyed, but naught else could have wrought such an atrocity. Fools. What do they hope to gain with this butchery? Do they not see that a rule won through terror will not endure? How many more provinces must they lose? Nay, wait. This is not the work of men, but monsters. The Asians. It cannot be a coincidence the trail led here. Their objective was never to rule, but to sow strife and discord. Such a crime does indeed bear the mark of the bringers of chaos. Black Rose cannot be allowed to kill again. We must find the Asians and put an end to their plot. Got a bit before work, but I'm hungry, and there's part of me that wants to go and actually, like, make some food. Let me see something really quick. Okay, yep. Now I'm gonna continue. Have fun. I'm gonna continue for a little bit. Yes! Matoya. We're going to see Matoya. That's what I was thinking.
I'm glad you've come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news. After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjury. Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Eorzea and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle. And Alphino's still missing. God, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Kyle! Did you hear the voice?
I did not think you well enough to travel.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
Yes, I should have thought of that. Thank you for coming, Krile. We would welcome your insight.
And I should be happy to provide it. Now, what's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas. Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the Studium?
Have fun, man.
My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star.
That particular grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault, but I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone. A certain someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh? Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me.
So Krile also didn't... Kryle's not mentioning that she felt the call. But she is also a scion. I'm interested how this guy chooses. Obviously he chooses the main characters and Kryle's a secondary character. Maybe he just knows.
All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep. Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Ah, yes. The Elder Seedseer made a similar observation.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes? If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place, then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred.
I wasn't around for that, but I can't imagine it was easy.
Oh, it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try.
I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So I suggest we pay her a visit.
I forgot Alexander's still there. I thought that once the raid series was done, it disappeared. But I forgot, I guess. I just want skin. Yeah. Nope. Skin. I can play. Hang on a second. Headmaster Matoya was something of a recluse. This seems extreme. Still, I'll happily overlook her eccentricities if she agrees to help us. This guy is on the same quest that we are. No, there's a frog I want to play triple triad with. I guess.
Come to disturb my peace again, have you? I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems. Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Ha! That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders. Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
And Stoller is one of the afflicted, is she? Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
Yeah, like, my first thought would have been to come here. You don't even need an entire patch cycle to figure that out, I'll say.
Right. Let us see what we can see. I'll begin from where our friends first fell, and cast my senses out from there.
What is it? Did you find them?
This doesn't make sense. How is it even possible?
How is what possible? Kryl, what did you see?
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Could the ether have dissipated if it had? Oh gods! Their bodies are just husks. It's like the Broodmother's daughter all over again.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe, and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
But where?
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking. Pray, excuse me a moment. Yes? I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way. That was Lise. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them. I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Go, child, go! You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
I'll do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Let's be off then.
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Eorzea were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether. It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was, all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting in shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
Okay, I gotta get going to work, but first off, there is a frog here, and I'm going to play him at Triple Triad. These charming cards I found amidst the undergrowth. Sure. Oh, he's got so many cards. Alright, you're going down, Meryl Rogo. Elfino and Alice. Sand can flip them for me. Okay. Ah, bird! You can flip that for me. Yeah! Perhaps the cognitive faculties of Master Matoya has bestowed upon me are insufficient in some manner. I will play this frog at Triple Triad more, but I need to go work. Let us see who else is live. We are going to... Oh, that's a video thing. It's,
okay.
Live. Is anybody live that I can really toss things over to? Not particularly. I'm just gonna let my auto host take it and stuff. Thank you guys for hanging out. And I will catch you all